What up? What up, everybody? I think everybody can hear me. Hey, we're live. Welcome to another episode of the Opps SportsCast on YouTube, Facebook as well. January 28th episode, our 50th. We need some of the little trumpets. The bum 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 bum. Our
Yeah.
50th episode. So we've been grinding. We've been There we go. Let's go. 50th episode. Thank you, everybody who has tuned in, everybody who's liked and subscribed. If it's your first time with us, we definitely appreciate it as we try to grow the channel. Make sure you hit that like button, show us some love. We're going to be talking about a lot of things this week. We got everything from Super Bowl preview. We're going to be talking a little bit about the Pats. We're going to be talking about the Seahawks, their shocking upsets of the Los Angeles Rams, although I don't think that was much of an upset. I know I called both of those games last week, but I don't think that was something that was all that spectacular. I think a lot of people had them as the betting favorites anyway. So we'll be talking about that. Some surprising coaching hires. Last week we predicted who we thought would be coach. Some of us on this podcast actually nailed it exactly, and we're going to be talking about that as well. We're going to be talking everything from Mets manager Carlos Mendoza makes some interesting comments. Does that have anything to do with maybe Juan Soto's leadership? Does it have anything to do with the culture that he's inspired in that clubhouse? So we'll be talking a little bit about that as well. And yeah, we're just going to have a whole lot of fun as we get into it as well. Today, big shout out to my godson Deuce, which is Zeke's son. It's his birthday today. Zeke will be joining us in a little bit as he finishes up there, and so we'll be happy to have him in a little bit. But for right now, let me introduce the starting lineup we do have. With immediately to my left,
It's Josh from East Side.
and last but certainly not least,
Welcome everybody. It's Dave in the cut.
Dave in the
yeah. Okay, so
Yeah.
happy to have everybody here. Let's get into this, fellas. I mean, I think Dave, did you call it correctly too? I know two of us called it correctly. I had the Seahawks, and I had and I had the Patriots. I didn't want the Patriots to win. I was rooting for the Broncos the whole time, but I just had this strong feeling that the game would be close. I said it would be close because I think people were underestimating Sean Payton and his ability to inspire the troops, and they really played well. But I just think that the Patriots were going to be too much, and I don't even know if it was the Patriots being too much, really. Like I don't even know. I just think that they just got the better of them that day, right? But what stood out to you guys about those matchups that we saw this weekend? I'll call on you first, Dave.
Um, I was a little bit surprised how I wasn't surprised at how well Sam Darnold played based on his performances leading up to that. Um, I was obviously wrong. I said, that I didn't trust him. And I based that on like how he performed last year, but I was also surprised. I wasn't so surprised with Sam Darnold's performance, but I was very surprised with Stidham. Is that his name?
Yep.
How
Yep.
he seemed to come out, cooking a little bit, but then he started to make really dumb mistakes, and I wasn't expecting a Sean Payton led QB to make some of the dumb moves that he was making. I thought he would have been a little more polished than he was. Um, I didn't pick the Broncos because I am not a Sean Payton fan at all. I was rooting for his team to lose, and I'll probably root for all of his teams in the future to lose because I just don't like Sean Payton. Uh,
Okay.
I just think he's just one of those people, man. I just don't like him, man. He's ever since the whole Bounty Gate thing and just his whole overall attitude, how he trashed the shirts from the divisional championship. People spent time designing those shirts, and he just kind of like, the way he just has this air about him, man. Um, Another thing that I was very surprised at how well. Again, Sean McVay. I was very surprised that Sean McVay wasn't more conservative on fourth downs. I thought that with so much on the line that he would defer from going forward on fourth down so much, and that he would take the points with field goals. That was very surprising to me. It was very amateurish, not something that you would expect from a veteran coach. Everybody knows, man, in those situations, you take the points. You know what I'm saying? It's like we've all either played Madden now or have played Madden. You take the points. It's just that simple. So I was very surprised at Sean McVay. I thought he would have been smarter than he was, and obviously he wasn't. So that's me.
You know what? It's funny because like I actually think the Madden culture because I play Madden online, and it's fun. No one goes for the field goals.
I know.
Everybody goes for it every single fourth down. There's no such thing as punting. Now,
I get it, but
Dan
when we're
Campbell of the
amateurs, he's
Lions.
not.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Exactly, and that was what we were contending with live during our discussion. I was there like, bro, you got to take those points. But those are famous last words for a lot of teams in the playoff. As we see more and more teams adopt these kind of analytics, more and more of these teams adopt the play style of what I'm calling like the Dan Campbell effect, where everybody is there like, man, look at the success that he had bringing that Detroit Lions franchise from the dumpster to a respectable franchise. And he's always like going for it on fourth down and what have you. And we're seeing a lot of teams do that. I think it was the 49ers last week that went for it on a fourth down, lost their momentum, and then that game completely just fell off the rails. Or was it the game before? But I do know that we saw that happen in both games. Patriots, Broncos had a 7 point lead. It felt like the whole game.
Mhm.
They go to kick they get in position where they get an easy chip shot field goal. Now, mind you, this was before because in the second half of the game it started snowing a lot, and so
Yeah.
that made kicking a field goal really difficult. And people will say, "Well, he tried to kick a field goal in the second half, and he missed it in the snow, and it got blocked." Bro, the points were there for the taking in the first half.
Yep.
You go up 10-0. The game has a different feel, and I feel like a lot of these coaches are neglecting the feel it has being down two scores where that anxiety builds up in the other side where they're like, man, we can't just catch up on one drive. We're down two scores, right? And so like I mean, they just keep like, let's go for it. Let's put them down two touchdowns. It's like, bro, I get it. You want to be aggressive in certain situations, but I agree with you, Dave. I think like at a certain point, that aggressiveness is become foolishness. And I think in both of those championships games, that's the reason they came up short is because their coach tried to overmanage and
Yeah.
ended up biting them in the end. But we saw that with our Colts too. The Colts adopted a philosophy, and we were forward in the beginning when they were winning. It was there like, man, this guy's taking a ton of chances. He's
Hmm.
going for it on fourth down like crazy. But then towards the end, when things started falling apart, he's still like trying to go for it. It's like, bro, just take the points when you can, man. Like it's not no guarantee we get back to this spot.
Yep. Indeed, man. Indeed. It's crazy.
Josh, what do you think, brother?
Yeah, I mean, you guys covered all the points really that were the most influential, I guess, over the weekend. I guess I would double back on that Broncos Pats game where Stidham had that originally they that backwards
Backwards pass. Yeah.
pass. So originally they were like, no, it was a forward pass, and it was just. I think they called it originally intentional grounding. I don't remember what it was, or there was no call at first, and then they reversed it during like the commercial break or whatever. And they did say, yeah, it was a backwards pass and it was a turnover. And the Broncos unfortunately didn't have any turnovers all game.
Yep.
They didn't get the ball on defense, and so I think inevitably that's really what hurt the Broncos because I think it's been said before, and we all agreed that defense wins championships, and the Pats came out on top defensively. So um, yeah, that was tough. I got a good friend of mine, Mark. He's a Broncos fan, and we talked about it. I really wasn't concerned with Peyton's kind of reserved play calling because he had a guy running the show on offense at quarterback in Stidham who hadn't thrown a pass all season long in any game. And so I was even surprised that he threw that deep ball down the center to Mims at like I don't know what it was, 70 yards. And I
Wow.
was like, dude, that surprised me. And the fact that he even took that shot, I was like, man, if he takes too many of those, that could be the demise of the Broncos. And I feel like Sean Payton played it pretty safe, and arguably it was the right way to play it because you got a guy here that hasn't thrown a single pass all season long, and you're expecting him to come in there and be Superman? Definitely not. Yeah,
Hmm.
it's the NFL, it's the big leagues. The guy is a professional, but unfortunately, just like any game, you got to get reps in order for it to click and for you to be comfortable. And I don't think Stidham had that. So kudos to them. They kept it close, but sadly, um, they couldn't pull it through. So I
I think that was the. I'm sorry to cut you off, Josh. But I thought that was the part that was so confounding to your point is that he was playing a conservative. I don't think there was anything wrong with that. Sean Payton has proven that he can win with not the greatest quarterbacks. I don't know if anyone thinks that. Oh, what is it? Peyton Hill what was the combo quarterback from the Saints? What was
Taysom
it?
Taysom
Taysom
Taysom.
Hill. Taysom Hill. And I don't think anyone would say he's a world beater, but he won games with him starting at quarterback.
Yeah,
So
but
he
he's also a scrambler. Like he's a runner, right? And that's the thing. He's
correct.
a dual threat kind of guy. Stidham's not that.
Stidham showed a couple of scrambles during the game, but it's the part that got me so frustrated is if you're going to play conservative, like you were saying, well, then keep that mentality. Kick the field goals, take the points when you get them, make it a scrappy, duke them out, backyard defense wins championships kind of game. They had the defense to do it. They just needed to get that field goal. They have 10 points. Get one more field goal throughout the game. They get that win. You know what I mean?
They also missed one, right? So again,
They
like,
missed one, had one blocked.
and
It
so
was
like,
missed opportunities.
yeah, but and that's kind of where I'm looking at it. If I was in the coaching seat, I guess making the calls and being like, all right, man, game's on the line. I know you just, I guess you make the best call that you think you can.
And this is what was interesting because this topic has been making its rounds. Is that he fired the offensive coordinator
Three.
this week, and
What?
they've been saying like, why would you fire the offensive coordinator? The coach is actually the one that's been calling the plays. How you fire someone? They're not even calling the plays. And so it's like, bro, like are you trying to take the light off of like your bad coaching in that game? Because like you let your players down, man. Like you can't combine those two play styles. You're gonna play conservative, then you have to kick field goals. If you're not gonna play conservative, then fine, be aggressive. But what are you doing both? Like that's oil and water. It's not you're gonna get the results you got. Got a lot of turnovers and you left points out there on the field and ended up coming back to bite them.
Yes, sir.
So
Let me ask this
on the
question
other,
real quick.
go ahead.
So I know we talked about earlier, how the MVP is already decided and whatnot. If the if MVP voting, or if there was an opportunity for people to still vote on the MVP all the way up until the end of the season, do you think that Matthew Stafford's stock as the MVP went down due to that game, and do you think Drake May's stock went up because he's going to the big game?
Yeah, but for the audience, like obviously the voting is already done, but um, I don't think it did. That was probably, especially in the AFC where the Patriots have won in some really sloppy and ugly performances. That was the most exciting game of the playoffs, man. It was back and forth. It was down to the last minute. We haven't got a lot of those. Not in this playoff. It's been very, you know. gouge your eyes out, kind of games. And hey, what's going on, Zeke?
Big
Zeke
Z,
in the
the hell?
building. And we
What's
gave a
up,
birthday
Bob
shout
Marley?
out
Your
to
boy
Deuce as
Big
well,
Z.
man.
He said, "What up, Bob Marley? Marley man,
Easy start.
Yeah,
Wagon."
How y'all doing?
What up, man?
Chilling, man.
doing good, bro. Doing good.
How was the birthday, man?
It was good. Um, the kid has very expensive taste. We ended up going to Texas Day Brazil.
Oh, that's dope.
Ooh. Hey, so
Yeah,
you ate
no, it's
well
not.
too then.
It was dope when Papa had the discount card
Uh huh.
and full price for Texas Day Brazil. It hurts.
Yes, it does.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that.
Yep. Well, hopefully you ate your fill, man, because it was a lot of money. So hopefully you ate until you can't
Oh yeah,
like feel your toes.
oh yeah. I was debating on whether I was gonna come to y'all or succumb to the itis.
Oh man. Yeah, we wouldn't fault you if that was the case. But just to catch you up, what we've been talking about is we're on to Seahawks Rams right now, and Dave asked the question if it was possible for the stock of Matt Stafford as well as Drake May to take a hit, either up or down in the MVP voting. Would that have happened with their playoff performances on Sunday? My response to it was like, I don't think it would, especially given Drake May did not play very well in that game. So if we're talking about him rising up above Stafford, I didn't see anything on the field last Sunday that would even make me think twice about that. Um,
Yeah,
so no, that would be my answer.
I'd agree with you on that, and I would even take it furthermore. Drake May didn't like do anything that was like wow, surprising, you know, throw him over the top. But Matt Stafford made a run for it, and there were times where that game got close. So
Yep.
um, it's just unfortunate for them. The Seahawks had the best of them.
Yeah, see,
Special teams let
I'm a
them
little
down.
old school when
Yeah.
it comes to that, man, because to me, Drake May did a lot. You know what he did? Matthew
Ran for the
Stafford
first down.
is booking a trip for his kids to go to Disney World right now, right? And Drake May is getting ready to lead his boys to the Super Bowl. So in my eyes, he did a lot more than Matt Stafford did.
You
If
can't
when
put
you
that
if
on
you
Matt
want to really
Stafford.
be
Matt
if you
Stafford went
want to
out
be
there
real
and
about
balled
it,
out, man.
Or you
huh?
could say,
Bro, are you?
Matt Stafford
Listen,
went out there and balled out. Drake
I
May,
don't care if he crawled for 5 yards the whole game. He was the leading quarterback on that team,
Stafford didn't
right?
lose that game.
Huh?
Stafford didn't lose his game. He didn't give up 31 points.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't
Bro,
know.
are you trying to tell me, real talk,
He's a
Dave?
veteran,
Are you
right? So
trying to
just
tell me if the Rams, instead of the Patriots, faced off with that Broncos team with a backup quarterback that they can
nah,
only
man, we're
score
not
seven
doing that.
points,
We're not doing
you
that.
trying to say that Stafford wouldn't come out with
Bruh.
the dub and be
We're not
going to the
doing that.
Super Bowl?
What I'm saying is this: how Matthew Stafford's been in the league how many years? 17 years, right?
What does that matter? Matthew
Listen
Stafford
to
don't
me.
play
Listen. Hear
defense,
me.
punk.
Hear me. Hear me. What I'm saying. Hear what I'm saying. If you look at his longevity in the league, you would think that he would have some kind of pull with his coach, right? You would think he's the leader of the team, right? 17 years. And I may be off with the number of years. What I'm saying is Sean McVay acts like him and Stafford have this relationship where, they just, they on each other's hip and whatnot. I would have thought that Matthew Stafford would have said, take the points. Let's take the points, man. Let's not. I don't feel good about this. And maybe it's just not. He's not that caliber of quarterback, or maybe he doesn't have that relationship with McVay, right? So what I'm saying is, a Brady would have been gone to Belichick and been like, I don't think we should do this. I don't think we should do this. We should do that. That's what leaders do, man. You know what I'm saying? So in my eyes, I don't care. I don't care that Stafford shined and he did all of this stuff, man. It's what did he do it when it counted?
See, here's in my defense, I really can't speak to. I've heard y'all talking about taking the points. I was out playing in the snow where these games are on, so I really didn't get a chance to watch. And I was listening like in between checking stuff out, so I really didn't get it, and I really didn't see any highlights or anything. So, what happened? Where did he? pass on a field goal or something.
McVay went for it on fourth a couple times when he should have just took the
Peyton,
points,
Peyton.
man.
Yeah,
I
Sean
mean,
Payton.
that's the thing to do now. I mean, this isn't 1995 football. If it's fourth and what they consider manageable, they're going for it. They're going for the kill.
Can
Yeah, I
I
don't
just
know,
That's
man.
that's
let me just
today's NFL.
let me just put this out there? Drake May in the Patriots Broncos game had a total of 86 passing yards, 4.1 average, a 62.6 QBR, and a rating of 58.8.
Those are
How?
MVP numbers,
Listen,
Hold on a
Josh.
if
second.
Bo-
Jarrett
if Bo
Stidham.
if Bo Nix had played in that game, Drake May would be making plans with Matthew Stafford in Cancun.
Hold
Thank
on a
you.
These
second.
are
Thank you.
facts. These are
Now,
Hold on a
simply
second.
facts.
let me put this in perspective before Dave. I want to hear you. I want to hear you. I'm curious. Jarrett Stidham, the backup quarterback for the Broncos, who has not thrown a single pass all season and is now in a championship game, had 133 yards, 4.3 average, one touchdown, one interception, a 19.6 QBR, but a rating of 63.
How many rushing yards did the Patriots have?
141,
How many did the Broncos have?
79.
What was the weather like there?
It snows in Denver and it snows in Boston.
And I get
Felt
it,
like
man.
home.
But the thing about it is, it didn't snow. It didn't snow in Seattle. You know what I'm saying?
I don't.
No, I don't.
Nah, you
It
the
didn't
only one
snow.
who know what you're saying,
It
Phil.
didn't snow. What I'm saying is, it didn't snow in Seattle. Matt Stafford could do his thing. He could
But
do
Matt
his thing
Matt
there.
Stafford
Stafford
did.
did his thing.
That's
Right,
what
but that's
everybody's
what I'm
saying.
saying. But we're talking about, you guys are talking about how many yards Drake May didn't have, and the dude was playing in a blizzard, man.
But Matt
Really? That's
Stafford
what we
isn't
gonna do?
kicking field goals. He's not rushing for 100 yards. He's not.
Yo, let's be factual here. He was playing in a blizzard the second half. The
Mhm.
first half, neither quarterback has that
Yeah,
excuse, bro.
I
Right.
get it,
I
but
heard that already. There
it's a
was no
game of
snow until
halves,
late in that
Chris. What are
game.
you talking about? A game
I
isn't one
understand
half,
that,
bro.
but his
It's one
total
half. It could have
was not
snowed.
good
It could
enough
have
for a
snowed in the
single
first
half,
half
let
and not
alone for a
snowed in the
whole
second
game,
half. What point does that make?
The
It's a
point
bro.
game of
is,
halves,
if
man.
he's so great, he should have been blowing them out in the
I
first half.
think. I think the
He did.
point.
He was Basuda
Yeah, the point.
throughout the whole
Thank you,
game.
thank
I
you.
think the
The
point
whole
that we're
game.
trying to
He's
agree on
Basuda
is
all the way to the Super Bowl. That's what y'all
No,
not
it wasn't
understanding.
thanks to him
it
though. That was
wasn't
that
just against
defense
the
locking down
Broncos.
a
Yeah,
backup quarterback, bruh.
Okay.
yeah.
I guess we know who Dave is picking for the Super Bowl.
I'm just saying, man, y'all like, y'all waxing poetic about this dude, man, and it's like, I get
Ain't
it.
nobody waxing poetic, bro. We're just
All
saying
we
he did
saying is
not do
Matthew Stafford
anything.
had a better game than Drake May.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that's
we're
all we're
not even.
saying.
What
I don't
That's
even
not
think we're
waxing
saying that.
poetic.
We're saying that Matt Stafford's MVP stock did not drop, even if they were to consider that game, because one, it's not counted, and for two, Matt Stafford actually still played like an MVP, where Drake May didn't. Is all that anyone's saying.
all right,
Right.
that's
That performance is all we're saying is not enough to leapfrog what Matt Stafford did this season. That's not waxing poetic. That's just all we're saying. But let's go to something that Dave was definitely right about. Um latest coaching hires. You guys heard it here first on the Opps SportsCast. My man Dave Jones broke down. We should have clipped it. We should have clipped it so we could have played it. My
Shit.
come
man
on
Dave
with an
Jones
idea, man.
broke down who he thought the Bills would hire with their next pick. And, to be fair, I was throwing out a couple names. I thought the Bills would go with familiarity, someone familiar with Josh Allen. And so I thought that they would go with Dable because I think he actually had better success with Allen than Joe Brady did. But Dave Jones called it right, didn't you? You want to take a victory lap on that one?
Nah, man, because I called it in jest. You know what I'm saying? It was like, I'm looking at the Bills, bro. It's like Stevie Wonder could see what was going to go down there. You got a whole week of the press conference, man, and you got the idiot owner out there sounding like he just had a handle of beam, and then you got what's the other guy named Brandon Bean? He's just sitting there taking it because he's the new president, and it's like he better not dare say anything because he's in a position now, man, where he's in charge of everything. He's going down for three people now, so he couldn't really say anything. So literally, man, I saw it coming, man. I'm like, these dudes are. They again, like they're not only gonna try to sink the ship, they're gonna light it on fire. And what better way to light it on fire than a dude who he couldn't call himself out of a wet paper bag, man. It's like, oh, just let Josh run it. Let Josh do Josh things. You know what I'm saying? What kind of OC is that, bro? So I knew
Josh.
they were gonna hire that dude, man. I just knew it. I knew by the way that Pagula was talking. I'm like, this dude is he's about to take Buffalo back to the pre Jim Kelly days, bro.
Oh boy,
Here we go.
that bad.
Eeh.
Bro, it's that bad. I'm calling it, man. He's like, I don't have no faith in this dude, man. And listen, I hope I'm wrong. Like I was wrong about saying that I didn't trust Sam Darnold. I hope that I'm wrong for Bills fans' sakes because we know a lot of Bills fans, man. Pastor Lou's a Bills fan.
Yep.
Our boy Jason
Can't be
is,
right all the time.
huh?
Can't be right all the time.
I'm just saying though,
That's
man. I
just
hope
Zeke's saltiness from Lou calling him out from the pew.
yeah, he did.
It's extra salty from all that Brazilian steak I just ate.
Picante.
God, dog, back off the salt, people. Anyway, go ahead.
I don't know, man. Just I appreciate all of the credit, man. But I saw that coming, man. It was like it was bound to happen.
Yeah.
Josh, it looked like you had something that you wanted to say.
No, no, I was just adjusting myself, really.
Oh, okay. I'll jump in then.
All right.
Um, I wanted to kind of highlight one thing. Um, but
Uh,
The leaning, the
I
leaning.
I wanted to highlight one thing, and that was the fact that at the end of the season, people were talking about the Bills ownership group, Terry Pagula, right? And they were there like, man, this franchise is not run properly. Why would in light of the comments that he made, trying to defend his GM about the draft picks, throwing Keon Coleman under the bus, firing a coach who's had tons of success for you. And what does that now say about maybe the owner's mindset that when he decided to, there were reports that Sean McDermott said this is not a championship roster. That would be at the feet of the GM. Now, not only do you not fire that GM, you promote that GM and you don't go outside of the organization to get a fresh look at this. You think, hey, we're good enough. We can stand pat and just raise up his underling into that seat. What the, am I wrong, guys, for thinking like they just threw McDermott under the bus for this season all over again?
By hiring
You're
Brady, you're
absolutely
saying?
right.
Yeah.
That's kind of what just happened, isn't it?
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Threw him under the
exactly what
bus,
happened.
drove over him, put it in reverse, spun the tires on his face, and drove over him again.
That's incredible. And it's a shame. I wonder if McDermott will get another coach. Do you guys think he'll land a head coaching gig, or he's going to have to settle for OC or something like that? He was an offensive coordinator, wasn't he?
He
McDermott, or was
was.
he defense?
Is he
I,
defensive coordinator?
I
defensive
think he was
coordinator.
offense.
Yeah.
He was defense.
I think
I think
so.
it
He
was
was
in
defensive
Carolina.
coordinator. Yeah, for North Carolina.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yo, I just had a crazy thought, man. So you know how last week I said that what's the cat that just got fired over in Atlanta?
Raheem Morris.
Raheem Morris.
Yeah.
I said Raheem Morris would be a good fit for the Raiders. I think McDermott would be a good fit because if you remember, he was there when they drafted Josh Allen. And the Raiders are getting ready to draft Mendoza. And I think Mendoza has more talent than Josh had coming out of college right now.
Can't say that about Superman.
Listen, man, I said it already.
Dude, you live in the 585. You too close.
I'll tell Josh Allen's mama that Mendoza has
Oh
more
man,
than him.
cover your
Okay,
ears, Josh Allen's mama.
I think Mendoza's. So I'm gonna tell you, man. They still have a head coaching opening, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
I,
think
I, I
them
think
in
I think
Arizona
that
are
would
the
be a
only ones, right?
sneaky good hire by the Raiders, but the Raiders never do anything that's intelligent, so I doubt that that
But
would
they got
happen.
Tom
I
Brady
mean, they
there.
got Tom Brady at the helm now, though. This ain't
Oh,
this
that's
ain't the
that's
Davis
true.
family.
That's true.
That's what I'm
I
saying,
think
man.
the Raiders are in a good spot. I think we said that on a previous podcast, didn't we? We said they were in a good spot. We started debating because of
Yeah,
their
a little bit.
division, right?
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
that division is tough, but the Raiders could potentially have a top six team in the AFC, which is good
listen.
enough to get to the playoffs. But in that division, it might be on the outside looking in.
If they brought McDermott in there, just think about this for a second. They got Mendoza, number one pick, right? They got is it Ashton Genty?
Yep.
Yeah.
Ashton
Genty,
Genty, right?
Bowers,
Brock Bowers.
Bro. And then the defense. I think Crosby would stay. He wouldn't push, try to force his way out. Because again, McDermott, he cut his teeth on defense. You know what I'm saying? I just think that I don't know, man. Crazier things have happened, but I more I think about it, man. I think McDermott would be a good fit for the Raiders.
So I was reading up a little bit, and McDermott actually passed on joining the Bucks coaching staff this year. And sources are saying that he wants to take a year off to reassess things and to consider his future with any team for that matter. So it doesn't sound like McDermott even wants to coach next year.
I think his feelings are just hurt, man. If they came waving that bag in his face, he'd be like, "Oh, I'm over it."
I feel like this was a whole Tomlin thing all over again, in a sense. Like he
Yeah.
took the blame for the organization's faults.
Giants haven't been the same since, have they?
Mm.
Or wait a minute, are you talking about Mike Tomlin?
Yeah.
Yes.
What Tomlin
I
you
thought you
talking
was
about?
talking about I'm sorry.
Coughlin?
I thought you was talking about the Giant when the Giants fired
Tom Coughlin?
what's
Dable?
Coughlin.
Oh, Coughlin. Coughlin.
Yeah.
Sorry.
When
Yeah.
they fired Coughlin, I was like, man, that was dumb.
Yeah. I thought when you say we're the Giants, I thought you were talking about the Giants of the NFL.
No, no, no. No.
But
I
yeah,
was talking
no.
about Tom Coughlin with the New York Giants, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, for sure.
what I'm saying is like I just these premature firings, man. Like I think that McDermott really had to prove something this year because we were watching the games, man, through our Bills fan friends in the chat. Zeke, you weren't doing it. You was side hating, but we were watching the games with them, man, and we
You
were
know,
like,
weren't
"Oh
never
man, he
side
pulled it out." And then the next week we're like, "McDermott has to go." You know what I'm saying? And it came about, man. I was like, if anything, I thought Brandon Bean had to go for not pulling the trigger at the deadline, but they let him go, man. And it is what it is. I hope he still coaches because I think he's a good coach. I just think he wore his welcome out in Buffalo, though.
Now, fellas, was anything more surprising than the hire that the Pittsburgh Steelers did? I mean, we called it on the last podcast. I figured that the Steelers would go with type. When you look at the Steelers, they've always picked up really young head coaches. And, they found diamonds in the rough three times in a row. And then they kept them for many, many years, right? Maybe over a decade for every single one of their quarterbacks, right? Or head coaches, excuse me. And so I figured they would go with that type, and maybe they would pick up one of the young Rams defensive coordinators or offensive coordinators. No, that's not the way they went. They went with Zeke's former head coach of Aaron Rodgers, right? Mike McCarthy.
Dang.
Hey, Aaron. They went with Mike
Eminem.
McCarthy. And guys, on his first day, he will be the oldest coach in Steelers franchise history. On his first day, he's going to be the oldest coach in franchise history.
Probably the last one to
We
do
have
that.
Steeler friends.
Yeah, we
How do
do.
you console your local Steelers fan? How do you spin this?
Well,
Console.
one
This what they
one of
wanted. This is what they asked for. They wanted
yeah,
Tomlin gone.
Jamma
Tell it,
said, and
Z. Tell it.
Jamma said in the chat, and I quote, "I'm sorry, bring him back."
Right, right. Didn't take long at all.
what did I tell everybody, man? What did they about to
You
find
don't
out,
know what you got till it's gone. You know what? I hope they suffer tremendously.
bro?
They gonna miss those 9-8 seasons.
Yeah, they are big time.
You know, there's something to be said, and I don't know what the Steelers' organizational mindset was, but I'm guessing if you go out and you get a coach like Mike McCarthy, you're desperately trying not to suck, right? That's what you're desperately trying to do. We need someone who has a veteran leadership. We just want to not be bad. Kind of like the results Tomlin was giving you, where it was there like the Steelers organization was happy with Mike Tomlin. They were happy with him. And they set themselves at the end of the season. Listen, if Tomlin wanted to stay another year, we were really willing to roll it again, even though their fan base wasn't having that. Their fan base wanted to be done with him. They wanted to get to that next level. Tomlin couldn't deliver. And so the Steelers organization, they just don't want to be bad. They reach out and they grab Mike McCarthy instead of their usual prototype, which has always been kind of the young future stud head coach. They completely went against their prototype. And it's going to be interesting because it if he has success, great. I don't think so. But I actually think it might be better to be bad than to be middling in the long run. But I don't think Steeler fans are going to like to hear that.
Man, you gotta break it before you can fix it.
And there's a real shot that it could be completely broken here. So there's a there's a real shot they could be terrible because I don't know how much you like those running backs, but let's be real. Before Najee left, both of those running backs were backups, bro. And so, like, that's who they're throwing out there. Their defense, TJ Watt, amazing, future Hall of Famer. He's getting a little older, got a lot of injuries on his ledger at this point. What is that defense? They didn't look great this last year. Aaron Rodgers, he ain't getting no younger. He may need
87
to take
years
another
old.
one of those little sabbatical darkness trips and rejuvenate himself in some kind of like, coffin or chamber or something. Because, like, I don't see how the Steelers are going to be able to put anything together to be able to make another run to the playoffs. I don't have the confidence that they can do that like I would have if Tomlin was there. If Tomlin was there, I'm like, man, this roster sucks. It's still
ten
gonna
and
finish
seven.
9-8 though, right? 10-7, right? It's something like that. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, it's
No doubt.
Tomlin. It don't matter. I don't know, bro.
The Steelers have 45 million in cap space, though, so they have
I
enough
mean,
to
that's cool. They're gonna give Aaron 40 of that when he decides to come
make
back.
some moves.
Oh man. Oh my goodness. Or maybe get Malik Willis. He's like the talk of the town after what he did with the Green Bay Packers at the end of the season.
Yeah, okay.
But it's gonna be interesting, bro. It's gonna be interesting.
They can
But
sign Trayvon Diggs too,
yeah,
so he could be on the bench all the time.
yeah. But I mean, the rest of that division is crazy because the Browns just hired. Who they hire again, Josh? They hired
Monken?
Todd Monken stole him from the Ravens, and the Ravens still haven't hired their head coach yet. I suspect they're waiting. Like I said, they might be waiting for one of the Ravens coordinators, and they might swipe once the Super Bowl is over. I'm thinking that's what they're probably doing.
Wait, what'd
But
you say? You said the
Ravens don't have
Ravens
a head.
hasn't hired anybody yet.
No, they haven't hired a head coach yet, have they?
You said you think they might be waiting for one of the Ravens. Did you
For
miss
one of
me?
the, oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. The Rams. They may
I
be
Oh,
thought the
waiting for
Ravens
the
did hire
Super.
somebody. Did I miss it?
Ravens. Ravens didn't hire anybody.
Mm-mm.
Okay. I thought I saw
Yeah,
some breaking
so
news
No,
earlier. My
the
Harbaugh went to
bad.
the
Browns,
Giants.
Browns Harbaugh went to the
Oh
Giants,
no,
and
sorry,
then
they
they
did.
lost.
They did. Jesse Minter,
Oh, they
for the
got
for the
Jesse
head
Minter.
coach.
yes, as their head
Oh,
coach from the Chargers.
oh, you're right, Zeke. They did. I forgot about that. Man, that's such an under the radar move.
Do do
Jesse
do
Minter from
do
the
do do.
Chargers. That's right. I forgot about that. I'm sorry. I'm blanking. Well, I mean, the AFC North has their head coaching tree set. We're going to see how this whole, this thing stacks up. AFC North used to be the talk of the town. That used to be a real tough division. Now the only remaining head coach that is continuing from last year is the Bengals. Does that give them a leg up next year? Maybe. I don't know.
No.
Yo, somebody answer this for me. We talked about this last week too, and I knew I wasn't losing my mind. Aaron Glenn didn't get fired from the Jets, but they fired 9 of their assistant coaches, bro.
Yep.
We were sitting here trying to figure it out. 9, bro. They fired 9 assistant coaches. 9 out of 23 coaches, I think they said. That's ridiculous. They ain't winning.
They didn't do anything right last year. They were bad in every aspect of the game. I don't know how that coach kept his job when he's supposed to be a defensive coordinator, um, and his team did not record an interception all season.
Bro, he
I
should have
think
been
that was a
gone.
record.
One and done.
But if you're the Jets, you have to stop doing this one and done stuff. Their franchise is just you're in a tough spot. You're in a tough spot if you just because you can't just keep cycling through these coaches. That's why the franchise. I mean, it's just been what they've been. I mean, they just been awful.
No doubt.
Yeah, little editor's note. I called the Cooper Cup revenge game last week. I said it wasn't the Cooper Cup turn back the clock game. But I was there like, a man's going to get at least a tutty against his former team as he makes it to the Super Bowl, and he did exactly that. And I mean, my goodness. I mean, Jackson Smith is amazing. JSN,
That's not his name. Say his name, Chris.
Jackson Smith Jigba.
McJibba.
Not
I
Mick.
say it right. I don't know if I said it right.
And Jigba, but it's Jigba.
I don't know. JSN, right? JSN.
That's how you do it.
My
JSN.
man is special. That dude is a special player. He's gonna go high in the fantasy drafts next year. That's for darn sure.
Can we really pause there for a second? Here's one more thing. I just read something that was completely crazy. There are now 2 quarterbacks in NFL history with back-to-back seasons of 14 plus wins. One of them is Tom Brady, the GOAT. The other one is Sam Darnold.
Sam Darnold.
Here
Yeah.
we go.
Pretty wild.
And you know what's
System
crazy is that
quarterbacks.
for the Super Bowl pressers, right, as they interview the quarterbacks, all they want to talk about is, well, you're going against the Patriots. That was the team, and you were with the Jets. You would talk about, hey, we're seeing ghosts. And it's just they're like, bro, like that just shows you how bad of a franchise the Jets are. 'Cause
Yeah.
that's a coaching mistake.
Yes.
Your quarterback out there is telling you, I'm seeing ghosts. He's telling you, I'm looking at the field, and they're moving in areas that I'm not prepared for.
Mm-hmm.
That's a coaching issue,
Yes, it is.
not an arm talent, not a I can't deliver the ball. That's a coaching issue.
Yep.
And so it's not like, bro, it took him so many years, but kudos to Sam Darnold. It took him so many years to finally get around people that believed in him and could coach him the right way. And I think it started when he went to the 49ers. He finally got under that. I mean, because that coach can turn any quarterback into gold,
Mm-hmm.
really. He's turned any quarterback into gold. And then he was able to take that, transfer that to the success with the Vikings, and then the success with the Seahawks. And personally, I'm hoping the Seahawks take the dub. But why don't we do our picks before we move to the next topic? I'll go first on this one, and then I'll come to you, Zeke.
All right, are we doing picks and scores?
Yeah, so that's.
Oh, you want to do
Yeah,
scores too?
Oh,
Yeah.
you want to do the scores? Okay.
Come on, let's do it.
Okay.
Come on.
All right. I'm gonna say that the Seahawks get the better of this one. but it's a low scoring affair. Just because every game against the Patriots has been a very low scoring affair. And so I'm saying it's going to be final score. I think it's going to be like a 17 to 10, low scoring game.
17-10 Seahawks.
17 to 14, 17 to 14 Seahawks. It's
All
going to
right.
be a nail biter.
Okay. Who's next?
Z.
Dang. I think this is going to be the Seattle revenge game. They're going to right the wrongs of not giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch on the goal line. Marshawn going to be in the luxury booth tossing Skittles to all the fans. Um, you want to score Seattle more than New England.
Come
I
on, give
don't
me
know,
something.
24-20.
24.
All right. Dave.
All right. So my wife is a Seattle fan.
Oh, look at that. I learned something new.
And
Yeah.
Dave don't want to sleep on the couch. So
I don't even care. She just likes the colors. That's how this whole thing came about. And it's been that way since, the Legion of Boom was around. She's had her jerseys, multiple jerseys for a long time. So I cannot go with the Patriots, obviously. So it's gonna be Seattle. I think it's gonna be a high scoring game. I'm gonna give it Seattle 34-24.
dang.
Dope. All right. Well, I'm going to make this a clean sweep and pick Seahawks. Big shout out to my boy Don, a.k.a. Noom, a.k.a. The Barber. And I'm going to pick Seattle to walk the Patriots 27-14.
It's not a walk.
Bro, you know what's
You
crazy
said
is
you're gonna
that
walk them. You gotta go like 47-14.
Nah, that's a blowout.
Dog walk.
Yeah. Yeah.
bro, it's crazy is that the brother-in-law is a Patriots fan, so
Mm.
he gonna want to have a Super Bowl party, and it's probably gonna be a lot of Patriots finale in this.
I mean, that's your house, right?
It's your house for sure. I was going to say
That's
that.
jammed up.
You gotta have a party in the garage.
Yeah.
You set up a tent outside and stream it on an iPad or something. A root for the Patriots in my house. Put your
Uh,
foot down, Peasy.
I told him there was no way, and then my dad was there like, but wait a minute, what if he buys all the pizza and all the, and then we started like ordering food on him. We said like, you know what? Let's have this Super Bowl party. I want some donuts. We want some cookies here. We want some ice
I
cream,
know.
extra ice cream. What kind of ice cream you want? I'll take this.
Extra ice.
So extra ice cream, bro.
You got to
Like,
get
bro,
Barry's Let's Dough
if
Buffalo.
we're gonna have Patriots gear here, we're gonna have some ice cream. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be. It's like put it on his tab. Put it on his tab. That's what.
Wow.
Crazy. Too much.
Have some fun with it. All right. Well, the next topic we're gonna get into is Mets manager Carlos Mendoza made some interesting comments this week, and so I think we have the video. Correct?
We do, but you skipped the topic, Peasy.
Did I?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we're going to talk about Drake May being the next
Oh,
Drake.
yeah, we
Hey,
forgot
were
about the
talking
Pro Bowl.
about football next.
Dang,
Yeah,
you
we didn't
just
even talk about the
fumbled-
Pro Bowl, bro.
You just fumbled number 50.
There's nothing to
bro.
talk about.
You just fumbled number
That's
50.
the answer. Is the Pro Bowl still relevant
We're
now?
like Stidham right now, man.
Bro, it's the Pro Bowl has become so irrelevant that we put the topic on the screen just so we can skip it, guys. I think that's it's become that irrelevant. But I mean, real talk. Even before Shador Sanders was elected to the Pro Bowl, which regardless of how you feel about Shador, I think on this podcast for the most part, I think it's safe to say we've been pro Shador on this podcast for the most part.
Mhm.
Even Shador don't think he should be here.
Even bro, I was gonna say, bro, I was there like I'm just like, bro, I like Shador.
Yeah.
Like, bro,
Shador's like,
what?
I should be here right now.
He's seven touchdowns, 10 interceptions, bro. Like like save me on this Pro Bowl talk, bro. Like, come on. Like, I love you,
They
fam,
shouldn't
but
even
come on.
play the game.
Hey,
Like,
listen.
just announce who made the Pro Bowl. It's kind of like the sub All Pro team or whatever. Because I think you can go deep. Like All Pro is like what, one at each position or something like that. Pro Bowl. All right, you made the Pro Bowl team, but we're not playing the game. You get a plaque or something that acknowledges that you made the Pro Bowl for that year. Nobody. I'm the eighth replacement going to play the Pro Bowl game. I mean, I could pay for my own trip to Hawaii or Orlando. Do they even do it in Hawaii anymore? I don't know. But
Mhm.
yeah,
No.
I can pay for my own trip. I don't need the NFL to send me to some exhibition game at the end of the year. I mean, that, because most of the time the players who make the Pro Bowl are playing in the Super Bowl, so they're going to say, you know what, I'm not playing in the Pro Bowl. So now we got the backups, and the guys who are backups are so disappointed about missing the playoffs. They're like, I don't want to play either. So now it's just become like an ultimate participation trophy. Like,
Indeed.
I love Shadura, but wait till you earn it, man.
Listen, man.
And I mean,
We
I
both,
don't fault him for going if he does go and play or whatever, because at the end of the game, at the end of the day, the Pro Bowl is the NFL's All Star game, and the All Star games are for the fans, and a lot of fans want to see Shadura play, whatever. But yeah,
y'all don't think that Prime is telling him, dog, you know you're not supposed to be in this right here, but get the bag, get the bonus, right? It's
oh,
about the
absolutely,
bonus.
take everything that comes with it.
But
But
his pops is definitely telling him you shouldn't be at no Pro Bowl, man.
right,
Bro, but I
he
mean,
in his
let's
ear
not
talking
it's
about how
not
many Pro Bowl games he started, or how many times
yeah.
he snubbed the Pro Bowl because he was playing in the Super Bowl, and you just got elected as the 18th replacement.
Bro, and let's
Or
not get
like,
it twisted, bro. If someone offers you the Pro Bowl, you take it. Like, I am
Absolutely,
not
I'm not knocking him.
suggesting, yeah, I'm not suggesting at all that this has anything to do with Shador Sanders. Like, bro, he needs to decline that. That's tomfoolery. Like, what are you talking about? You get invited, you go. Like, it's
nah,
like, bro.
Point blank period.
Mhm.
But I think it has more to it casts a shadow on the NFL. Like, bro, what has happened to your game? Sean Merriman, if you remember Sean Merriman of the San Diego Chargers back in the day, bro, this man said that he has a helmet from the Pro Bowl when he made it from way back when.
I
Said
have
he
the
walks
image up
by
here
it.
if you want to put the image up.
Oh, go ahead, throw it up on the screen. He
What
was
do we got?
talking about. You said you got the image on the screen.
Yeah, it should
Okay,
be up.
go ahead.
You
Okay,
see it,
so
Josh?
I don't. Sorry. Which one we looking at?
Hold
Sean
on.
Merriman's helmet with all the autographs on it.
It's the Shador Sanders tweet. It should be there should be a tweet there from Sean Merriman.
All right, I'll find it. You guys keep going.
Okay, so yeah, so anyways, in that tweet, he was talking about how he's got a super or Pro Bowl helmet that he walks by all the time. He's very proud of that. And now look at what it's become. It's become a mockery of itself. The players don't play hard, but we're seeing that in all sports for the most part. I don't really think you see that really in baseball because baseball, like every single at bat, is a one-on-one mano a mano, and I don't think anyone is just lollygagging it in baseball. But you see that primarily in basketball, football, and so it's a shame. It's a shame. You know what might get some of that competitive fire back is that kind of one-on-one stuff. Maybe you can have cornerback
Oklahoma
versus
drills.
yeah, quarterback versus cornerback, right? Where you see the Jalen Ramsey, Justin Jefferson, place your bets. Who you think is better? And they line up and they go at it for a few rounds, and then they switch out with a different, JSN versus Pat Sertan, and that be like the Pro Bowl matchup or something crazy like that. You know what I mean? I think that'd be dope. It'd be that probably would bring attention where they got people talking smack. It'd be kind of like a one-on-one game between your favorite all stars. But I mean, what it's turned into has been kind of
Bro,
Are
it's a
they doing
complete
flag
joke.
football now?
Yeah, they doing flag. They
yeah.
doing like the you know the crazy catch, crazy one hand. Who can do the best catches into a foam pit? That kind of like what?
We gotta do rough two hand touch.
Man, listen. Back when I used to watch it, I don't want to sound like the get off my lawn dude, man. But these dudes used to be trying to kill each other, man. It was a
Listen,
Pro
Sean
Bowl.
Taylor, Brian Mormon. That play will forever live in my head.
Yeah, man. It's
Yeah.
like
Oh, here's the actual quote here. Um, I have a Pro Bowl helmet that I walk by almost every day. It's signed by some of the best players in the history of the NFL, legends, Hall of Famers, and real GOATs. The Pro Bowl used to be a badge of honor and respected. Things have changed.
Mm.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong. Now, obviously, it's Yahoo Sports that put that image superimposed on top of Shador Sanders, but I think that that quote would be correct even if Shador wasn't
Yeah,
named to the Pro Bowl. I don't want to make this sound like it's just all Shador's fault. This was happening long before. I think Shador is just emblematic of what the Pro Bowl has become, and that's not to besmirch the young rookie. It's just that he didn't earn it this year, bro. He
nice
didn't
word,
earn it.
Chris. Besmirch.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. We use big language here, bro.
Okay.
sell
That's
it,
how
I'm
we
seeing
roll.
it. I'm finding out.
sell it.
He said,
See,
fellas.
all right. Well, anyways, let's jump into man. Did you guys see? Or actually, we had one more thing on that list you had, right? You
Yeah.
wanted to talk about
No, there
Yep,
wasn't
right
nothing
here.
else.
Drake May.
Drake May being the next Tom Brady. That's wild. Um,
Let's give it time. Let him win something
yeah.
first.
I like that.
Brady is the GOAT. And you know, we kind of do this to all young players as soon as they have a little success and maybe they're in the
Oh,
same
that's all
jersey.
that's been on talk radio this week, man.
Does Drake May have a Vinatieri on his team? Because Adam Vinatieri won a lot of playoff games with Tom Brady.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. Hmm?
Is
I
their
ain't
kicker
touching that.
Vinatieri like? Is he that clutch?
Did
Can he go out
Vinatieri
in the
make the
snow and
Hall
kick
of
a field
Fame?
goal?
I don't know, man. I don't know that dude.
I don't know that
Okay,
dude.
we'll see. I mean, did we really know Vinatieri before he became Vinatieri? I don't know. The early years of Tom Brady was a seriously a team effort. Tom Brady was, I hate to say it, but before he was the GOAT, he was a very good game manager who did just enough to not lose the game. They weren't putting the ball in his hands. They weren't putting the game on his shoulders yet. So those first couple of Super Bowls were like ultimate team Super Bowls. I could be wrong. I am getting a little long in the tooth, and that was forever ago. So
Mm-hmm.
my memory don't be memorizing like it used to. But um, Brady wasn't a superstar when he was winning those first couple rings. That was like the ultimate team. Like
Mm-hmm.
I remember it was after 9/11, and they had homeboy running out with the American flag, and everybody was like, "Oh, who was the first one against the Rams or whatever?" I think it was the Rams. I can't remember. But yeah, that was like the ultimate team win. And the first couple were the ultimate team wins, and then Brady became the GOAT. And you got him and Corey Dillon on the team, and him and Randy Moss breaking records and stuff like that. That's when Brady started. Oh well, he might be better than Peyton Manning. And Chris was like, heck nah. And then you look at the numbers, it was like, oh, he might be better than Peyton Manning. I don't know.
But you know what's crazy is that Adam Vinatieri, I just checked, is not in the Hall of Fame. He didn't make it. And you know who else didn't make the Hall of Fame now that we're on this subject?
Bruh,
Bill Belichick.
that's
His
crazy.
first year, his first year of eligibility, he did not make the Hall of Fame.
That's crazy.
Let that sink in for a second. Because there was a time when all of us had to endure the conversations of Bill Belichick being the GOAT.
Yeah.
You remember those conversations? Because I remember those conversations.
Preach, preach.
Because to Zeke's point, the reason people thought he was the GOAT is because they thought his quarterback was what, Zeke?
The GOAT.
No. Before they thought he was the GOAT, they
Oh,
thought he
the
was a
game manager,
game manager,
system
system
quarterback. Yeah.
quarterback. People forget that about Tom Brady. 7 Super Bowls later will do that. Kudos to him.
People
People
forget
Time
forget
about
out
that
though.
about
It
him.
wasn't
Brady.
even 7 Super Bowls. The seventh Super Bowl made people say, "All right," because that was the one he won without Bill. But even with 6 Super Bowls, they were like, "That's all Belichick's system. Brady ain't really that good. That's just him with
That's
Belichick."
exactly it. That's
Then once
exactly
they
it.
split and he went and won in Tampa, it was like, oh, maybe Brady is dope.
That's exactly it, bro. And so it's like, that's it. That's just it. Is they're like, for the longest, they're like, there's nobody better. But that's the reason this is confounding to me, guys. Is because how do you not put him in the Hall of Fame when, if we're being 100%, hindsight is 2020. None of us question that narrative in real time, because when we're looking at the game, it wasn't like, bro, there's no way you're talking about this guy as even being the GOAT. That's just foolishness. This team would be absolutely trash if it wasn't for Tom Brady. Nobody was saying that, because you're looking at the Hall of Fame, or excuse me, you're looking at the Super Bowl games, and they're beating the Rams. Like, what was the final score in the Rams game? It was like 10-7 or something like that. It was really, really low games, and you're like, man, this guy's a defensive whiz. He's just going to get by with just the minimalist of play from his offense. He's got the defense on lock. He knows how to coach better than you, and there's just no way you can beat him.
Yeah.
That was the narrative. But I can give you my take on why I think he wasn't selected. But I want to hear. Let's throw it to one of you guys. Actually, I'll go to Josh next, but I'm gonna just throw in this real quick. Does it have anything to do with how he treated the press all those years as coach? They
Uh,
got their get back.
I'll let one of the other guys, kind of talk about it. I don't think it's got anything with the get back, because I don't think any is it anyone on the committee of selecting from the press? I thought it was all like owners and individuals. I don't even know who's on the committee for selecting Hall of Fame. I don't think it's got anything to do with press, but I'll let
It's not
the
sports
other,
writers.
yeah,
I, I can go in on sports
I'm pretty
writers,
sure
but
it's
I have
top.
to.
yeah,
I'm pretty sure it's top sports writers.
I'll let the other guys touch on that. My personal belief is the reason that he's not in there or was snubbed this year was because of all of the deflate gate, all of those things that kind of came about during his coaching careers, where there were so many questionable situations during his tenure as head coach with the Patriots. Although they had great success and they were the juggernaut of the league, I I think that those types of things tainted this Hall of Fame career. Do I believe that it should have? No, because I remember just a few episodes back where you guys were talking about baseball Hall of Famers and how individuals, uh, regardless of their extracurricular activities, made it. And you were like, if it wasn't for Barry Bonds, there's a story behind it. Who cares if he was on steroids? Like I hear all those things, and although I may personally disagree, I understand the perspective and I do see it. And you could say the same thing about Belichick, regardless of the those situations and those scandals that came about during his tenure as head coach. You cannot deny that the man like literally took no name players and made them stars, and took a sixth round quarterback, uh, and made him the goat.
Yeah, Dave.
I mean, he was a master puppeteer, man. He had a lot of different personalities on that team. He had young Brady, he had Corey Dillon, he had Randy Moss, Teddy Bruschi.
Rabel.
He had the second coming of Son of Sam on that team. Y'all
Aaron
know who that was.
Hernandez.
Yeah. And the ultimate deleter, and I don't mean leader, I mean deleter. Okay. He had a cast of characters, man. And that dude, everybody thought he was such a jerk, man. And like, everybody that played for him talked about how great of a person he was, man. And his personality came out you know, in the off season when he did interviews and roundtables and stuff like that, you really started to see like Bill Belichick's personality. This was 100% a get back by sports writers and broadcasters. This was the okay. You didn't want to talk to us. You didn't want to answer our questions. We'll show you. We'll show you. And for me, man, I think that if you are someone who has never played a sport, let alone thrown a football, a baseball, shot, shot a hockey puck, if you have not participated in any of those things, I don't care. I don't care if your pen writes pure gold instead of ink. You do not deserve a Hall of Fame vote. You do not get to determine the fate of somebody that put it on the line and has been playing that game probably since they were 2 to 3 years old. You don't get that right. Nobody should give you that much power to be able to control the destiny and the legacy of these players that have put it on the line for years, decades of their lives. Okay, so I can't stand sports writers. I'm just being completely real. I'm not even going to name a few, but it's most of them. I think that where they failed as athletes, they try to make it up with snarkiness and vibrato and the pen and paper. I just feel like they are talentless hacks that should not be allowed anywhere near a sports arena. And I've said my piece. They did real
Anyone
dirty.
anyone want to take a bite at the apple that it might be because of the cheating?
Oh
Here's
man.
the thing. I will only say it's because of the cheating in 2 years when we see if Tom Brady gets in on the first ballot. Because if
Ooh,
you're going to hold Belichick out, you got to hold Brady accountable too.
Oh, that's a great take, Zeke.
So if
that's a
Brady
great
gets
take.
in first ballot, even if it's not unanimous, because you might have some people who are going to die in that hill. Oh, he shouldn't have did that. He's got to pay some kind of punishment for the deflate gate and the spy gate and all that. So I'm not voting for him first ballot.
The NFL community will be in an uproar.
Regardless, I mean,
They
it's
they
not
try
it's
to
not
Pete
as
Rose or
egregious
Barry Bonds
as
them.
Mhm.
all the other. I mean, listen, like we said before, there's plenty of baseball players who should have been unanimous that weren't. So if it can happen to them, it can happen to Tom Brady.
Yeah.
But if he gets in first ballot and Belichick didn't, it's purely because he hurt the media's feelings,
Amen.
and this is their get back, and they're just as soft as wet Charmin. And I mean, I could go. I saw a comment on one of our last videos about how much Zeke hates baseball writers. It's not baseball writers, it's sports writers. I'm with you, Dave. Journalists are soft. They are This is the only way they can get back. This is their way of getting back at the bully, the bully. They,
Yep.
they they keep him out of Hall of Fame for a year, and it's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Yep. Well,
All right.
see, just as you guys were talking, I did come across this release that came out from the Hall of Fame, and what it's saying is this: the Pro Football Hall of Fame understands and respects the passionate reaction of many fans, media members, and enshrinees of the hall itself. In light of published reports regarding the voting results for the class of 2026, it's that very passion that propels the game. The hall
Oh,
also respects the members of the selection committee when they follow the selection process bylaws. It is an honor to serve as a selector. Each year, the hall reviews the selection process and the composition of the 50-person selection committee. If it is determined that any members violated the selection process bylaws, they understand action will be taken. That could include the possibility that such selectors would not remain a member of the committee moving forward. The selection of a new class is the most important duty the Hall of Fame oversees each year, and the integrity of that process cannot be in question.
They're embarrassed right now.
They are.
Yeah, to have to put out a statement like that, yeah, they're trying to CYA, as the kids would say.
When was the last time you ever saw the NFL Hall of Fame put out a statement like this?
Never.
Never, I've
But
never
they
seen
never
because
really had
we've
controversy
never
like
dealt
this.
with something like this.
No.
It's
Baseball
like,
has this happen to them all the time. That you never see this in football. Really, not in basketball either.
No.
listen,
It's just
that
the
dude,
sanctity of
that
the
dude from the
sport.
Baseball Hall of Fame, he'll get up there proudly and say, "Oh, there were no members selected this year. See you next year," with a
Right.
smile on his face if he had to.
Right.
I've seen him do it before, and I'm like, "What do you mean there's no members selected?" He was like, "Yeah,
Right.
the voter said no, so see you next year." It's crazy.
I'm gonna tell you
That's
that.
like saying Phil Jackson shouldn't have been in the Hall of Fame as a coach.
No doubt.
And some
Somebody
people will argue, well, he never won without a prime Jordan or a prime Shaq or a prime Kobe. Dude, to manage is more than just what you see on the sideline with X's and O's, man. Like,
yeah.
shoot, dude had to deal with Dennis Rodman
Yeah. Yep.
in the middle
Without
of a playoff run. He had to deal with Dennis Rodman and figure out how to handle him and keep him on the rails. Like,
somebody's losing
they
their vote this year, bro. You can bet that.
well,
That person is
Yeah,
I
gone.
just looked up the how the panel is comprised. I guess each city gets a representative,
Hmm.
and then you got like the extra representative for Los Angeles and New York because they got two teams,
Yep.
and then there's 17 at-large members. I want to know who the at-large members are. Like, are we
Yeah.
talking like uh? I'm sorry. There's one from the Big Writers Association or something like that, and then the 17 at-large members. That's how they
Yeah.
come up with the 50.
At large
Like, so
delegates.
you got at least 33 people from the media who could have been, for lack of a better term, butthurt because he wouldn't answer their question the way he wanted them to. So yeah, they got way too much power in this process. Like you
They
said,
do,
Dave,
man. It's
you
ridiculous.
you write for a living. I mean, I don't know, man. That's what I hate to say
It's
this.
hard to
I hate
speak
to
on
say
it, man.
this. I hate to say this because I know we're a Christian sports or podcast, and
Exactly.
here's the thing though. Like when we talking about the Hall of Fame, like last when they announced the Baseball Hall of Fame, and one of the big things they harp on is character, character, character. I tell people all the time on my job, you give me a room full of jerks who get the job done, and I'll take them over a room full of nice guys, so I got to hold their hand every 5 seconds.
Right.
Who performed on the field? Who went out there and gave their all on? I don't care what they're like with the media. Listen, they might have some warts outside of the arena in their personal life. That sucks. I hope they get some help. I hope they don't harm nobody too bad in the process on some Aaron Hernandez type stuff. I would never vote for Aaron Hernandez for the Hall of Fame. The dude that was just way too crazy. And but like character to me shouldn't matter when it comes to the Hall of Fame. Like Barry Bonds, a lot of people say if he wasn't such a jerk to the media. I think it has more to do with that than the steroids because I mean Big Poppy was in the Mitchell report and he got in there.
Hmm.
And you see the leaps and bounds that some of these guys took in the voting this year. Andy Pettit got a big boost in voting. He was on trial, and Roger Clemens was sitting there saying he misremembered about his role in Roger getting his steroids or the HGH or whatever it was. So it's like as long as you're a nice guy. Mark McGuire was welcomed back into baseball before Barry Bonds because he went on the apology tour. And Mark McGuire, oh, he's big red. He's a nice guy. We're sorry. We forgive you. Barry Bonds told the media to kiss his butt and went out there and hit 763 home runs, and they can't stand him for it.
Well, our resident Patriots fan said, focus on business and inside of individual performances and accomplishments. He said, we did not cheat. Miami Dolphins also committed videotaping of opponents' practices and stealing signs. That's a true Patriots fan response. He said, we did not cheat. Bro, it was proven.
What he
Like, what are
meant
you
to say
talking
was we
about?
cheated better than the Dolphins. That's
Yeah.
what he meant to say.
Yeah.
Bro, they cheated too. But I don't know. I agree with him on that. I think, and what you said, Z. Even if they did cheat, it's like let's not turn so that way everyone on this podcast can stay consistent because I think we're all on the same board with that. Barry Bonds and Pete Roses of the world should be in the Hall of Fame. We've all set that on record, so we got to be consistent here. If it is because of the cheating, we got to stay consistent. He should get in based on that performance, man.
If Ty Cobb can be in the Hall of Fame, I don't care what anybody else does.
That's right.
Right.
Amen to that.
Well, I
All
mean,
right. Well,
let's segue to this next topic. You guys are on the baseball topic. Let's get to it, Peasy.
let's do it. Mets manager Carlos Mendoza was interviewed in the offseason. And for those of you who don't remember, the Mets made the postseason in 2024. And then they added Juan Soto. And so that was supposed to be what got us to the next level that enabled the New York Mets to compete with the LA Dodgers of the world. That is not what happened last year. That is not what happened at all. Although that is what happened in the beginning of the season. And then they had their epic, typical, as Zeke would say, the Mets met it, and they had their epic collapse. But during
Inglorious.
the interview portion, Carlos Mendoza said this. See if you read between the lines the way I read between the lines and what we'll talk about next.
Mm, I don't
You
have
got the
it.
clip?
I don't have it.
Oh, we don't have the clip.
Nope.
I thought we had it.
Mm-mm.
Dave, we got the clip? I thought you downloaded it.
No, I thought Josh did it.
Come
Oh,
on. Oh, even the Mets
wow.
are Met, and then the Mets go Met wherever they go.
We can
Wherever they
get it.
go, bro.
We can get it, bro, because we need to talk about this, man. Because this is to me, this is nonsense, bro.
Ah, the Mets suck.
Hold on,
Well,
let me see if I can grab it real quick. Hold on.
you know what's crazy is that a topic that I was thinking of doing for the podcast, but then I decided not to. Did you guys hear about what happened with Allen Iverson?
No,
Oh, something in Australia. I didn't read too deep into it, but
Yeah,
is that what you're
what?
yeah,
talking about?
he's a local legend over. For those of you who don't know, I live in Virginia. Allen Iverson. I mean, he grew up maybe like a half an hour from where I live, and yeah, like he was in the news. You got former NBA players calling him out for not making an appearance. I guess for like cancer patients or something like that, where he was supposed to make an appearance and he didn't show.
That sounds weird.
Yeah,
Is that confirmed or?
it was all over the news, and people was calling out Allen Iverson for that.
It's weird because he has a sister that has special needs, so that you would think that I don't know, man. That sounds crazy.
That would make sense why he would probably take up that cause, but it doesn't really kind of make sense why he wouldn't follow through with it. But that was what was making the rounds.
Alan, we need an answer.
Did you find that video clip?
I got it here, I think.
All
Hold
right,
on,
while you do that,
yeah, we
All,
looking.
all
We're
I see is a
looking
giant
together
poo
now.
stain on my screen right now.
you know what, Z? All right.
Why don't you
Well,
set
let me
it up?
try. Well, I'll give you a chance to find that. I can shift to a different topic. We can come
All right,
back
go
to
ahead.
that once we get the video. But also in the news, LeBron James streak of 22 years. Kudos to LeBron James. 22 years of making the All Star team as a starter came to an end this year as he was, I believe, in eighth place in the voting behind the likes of like Anthony Edwards, his own teammate Luka Doncic, and others to name a few. And so a lot of people are saying like, I mean, well, not many are arguing that he deserves to be on the start in the in the starting lineup. A lot of people are saying he deserves to still be on the team, but is this kind of like the end of the era of an era here, or a lot to do about nothing? You think?
Mm.
He should
What say,
load manage that game and watch the game from the sidelines.
bro? My cousin that lives in New York, he would agree with you full heartedly. Every time, like he was a big Lakers fan growing up, and he was against LeBron going to the Lakers from the jump. He was a hardcore Kobe
Bruh,
fan. It's Kobe or die, and he just like even when they were winning, hated the
hated it.
Lakers for having LeBron on that team just because of the attitude that he had. And a lot of people fault LeBron for a lot of stuff. Maybe he's fairly or wrongly, but I mean, what you nailed it, Zeke. I mean, so the pervasive attitude that he has about, taking time off, and I know he's doing that to extend his career. He's done that, but yeah, it's watered down the product. It's
Mm.
definitely watered down the product. And even the All Star game, there was reports making the rounds that I forget what was it, T Mac? Was it T Mac that said that he felt um, that LeBron takes like too much criticism, but that one fair piece of criticism was that he should have taken Kobe up on that one offer.
Was that T Mac or Melo?
Well, oh, it was Melo. Sorry, it was Melo who said that. He should have took him up on that one-on-one offer. And I'm there like, bro, that would have been dope. One-on-one, LeBron versus Kobe.
At
LeBron
Yeah.
would
the
have been
All
in his
Star game, and
prime.
that's what we want to see.
Yeah, and Kobe with he's Kobe. Like I don't care if he was a little bit past his prime. He's still Kobe.
Right.
So like I
You
don't
let
know.
no give.
I was still taking Kobe, especially because that was before LeBron became, I think, a little bit better as a shooter as he got older.
Mm.
And if JJ Barea could lock him down, imagine what Kobe can do.
Kobe would lock him down. That would have been a wrap.
All right, man. I think I
You
got
got the
that.
video?
Yeah.
All right, let's run it.
Josh, you got it?
Yep. I'm gonna take it from here, Dave.
Go ahead, brother. You might want to rewind it.
Yes, sir. Here we go. Oh, we may have lost it.
What happened?
A lot of questions about the temperature and temperament of your clubhouse last year. What do you think about your 2025 clubhouse? And do you feel there needs to be some, or has it already happened, some better coming together of Lindor and Soto, who are so clearly the cornerstones of what you're doing moving forward?
We had a professional clubhouse. When you're winning, everything is fun. Everything is, oh, you guys got the best team chemistry. Everything is perfect, right? And then you go through stretches where it's hard and you're not winning as many games. And I take responsibility for it because I think it became like a corporate clubhouse, where guys respected each other, but I don't think we celebrated each other enough. And I'm not sure if people start comparing 2024 that clubhouse with something else. You have Candelita there, who was a huge part of our success. And then we felt that 2024 was 2024. We got out of the gate winning a lot of games and, with the best record in baseball by the first week of June or something like that. And then, boom, we hit the wall. You mentioned Lindor and Soto, two very, very different guys. Soto is very business-like. He's just a guy that comes in, he's got his earpods on, going through his process. Lindor is more outgoing. For what you guys see on the field, where it's the big smile, that guy that whether we win or lose is going to be the same guy. He cares. Obviously, they both care, but they're two different personalities.
A lot of the temperature and
All right. Am I crazy for what I understood that conversation to be? Because the way I took it as a Mets fan is that he brought it up on his own too. He was there like people are comparing the 2024 to 2025. He also said 2024 they were very loose. They had Candelita there, which is the name that he our former shortstop, what was it, Iglesias, went by because he did like he did like reggaeton or some kind of Spanish music, right? He went by that, and they had a very loose, fun atmosphere that propelled us to the playoffs, right? But in the beginning of his comments, he says, "Well, this year it was a very professional, business-like clubhouse." Well, you added one player. That was Juan Soto. And the team now sees him as the highest paid player. This is the new guy the New York Mets want to be the leader of this clubhouse. And all of a sudden, the atmosphere in the clubhouse becomes business professional to the point where it's not fun. It's not a loose environment. It's at a higher pressure, higher stakes, you know what I mean? Kind of environment, right? He brought that up on his own. And so what I took out of it was they're like, hey, these are very different personalities between Lindor and between Soto. Is that we got a problem here?
Hmm.
Like when me and Dave was talking, I pointed out before the podcast started, I pointed out that the only time that Juan Soto has won a World Series was his rookie season. You're not the leader of the clubhouse your rookie season. You're not the person everybody is looking up to your rookie season. You are now. And he's been one of the best players on every team he's been to. And he hasn't been able to get that big win ever since then. He came really close with the Yankees. Kudos to him for the environment that him and Aaron Judge did. But I would say that even as great as the great Juan Soto is, you put him on the New York Yankees, Aaron Judge is the voice and the leader in that clubhouse. And so it's like, where do we go from here? You paid him more than anyone else in league history. And if his personality can't drive a clubhouse to either the same level of professionalism or a loose environment enough to not completely choke and be suffocated by the pressure, where does that leave you? Where does that leave us? And how does that comment, how does he get away with that comment? I
I
don't
can
know.
tell you
Am
where
I
it
reading
leaves you.
too much into it?
I can tell you where it leaves you. Y'all got 4 more years of Juan Soto. He's opting out.
Yep, he is.
I,
He's
I,
on.
I always thought that this contract was going to get to the point where he would threaten to opt out and they say, no, you're staying. And then he would make that extra money to make it an $805 million contract over, was it 15 years or so? If this goes on the way we think it's going, based on Carlos Mendoza's comments and your assessment of it, he's opting out. If he makes it to the opt out part, he's got 4 more years before he can opt out. I don't see a team being able to trade for him unless he ends up with the Dodgers. But yeah, I could definitely see if this doesn't turn around, and if we get 4 more years of the Mets metting, I can see him leaving and looking for greener pastures. I mean, look, bro, you took the money. You signed up for the money. You didn't. I don't know if he did his due diligence to see if this was the best fit for him. They said 765 mil with the opportunity to make it 805, and he said so. So this is what you get. Did obviously he didn't fit in the clubhouse. I don't know, man. I love to see it though. Dysfunction
But it's
in
starting to make
Queens.
sense because the Mets did a complete tear down rebuild this year. And after those comments, it's starting to make sense. If you already have Soto, now you have to build around Soto. And those personality types, the Brandon Nimmo's, the maybe even Francisco Lindor, I don't know, but you can't let go of Lindor. The Pete Alonso's, the Jeff McNeils of the world, those personalities, they just don't mesh with Juan Soto. And so now you have to build around him. Everything is starting to make sense why they did what they did. Because Mets fans like myself and many others were just in shock of the like, man, you're letting go of some real talent here. And who are you bringing to replace these guys? The GM of the Mets is taking a really big gamble this year on an experiment to build this franchise in the image, what it looks like, of Juan Soto, and to kind of create that counterbalance to his very professional, more quiet demeanor. Because when the manager is saying it's very professional outfit, that's Juan Soto. This guy can go play his heart out with San Diego and right in the offseason think nothing about leaving and going to the next team. To him, it's business. It's business. It's not family. It's not friends. It's business. I'm going to go from, well, the Nationals, we want you to stay, Juan Soto. How much do you want? You want a championship here. Nah,
They
I want
never
the
had enough
bag.
money to keep him.
I want the bag, right? Don't care about nothing else. Bounces over to San Diego. San Diego goes to New York. I just want the highest amount. It's not about nothing else. And it's they're like, bro, that business mentality that suffocates other players that play the game for the love of the sport.
And you would think that that would tone down a little bit once he got that long term big deal. It's like, all right, you got the bag. Now go have fun. Like this is supposed to be fun now. Like you don't have to worry about the money aspect. You're walking away with no less than $765 million. My man, you are very rich. You won.
Definition of
Go
winning.
have fun.
Right. Just go enjoy the game that you love, bro. Just go and enjoy it.
Make
But that wasn't
friends.
the environment.
Right.
Yeah, with that much money, you should be able to make a whole lot of friends and not be able to
Right.
tell who's who. Jeez.
That's why like I know I've talked junk about Alonzo for a lot of years, but for him to sit back and watch them not pay him but dump all this money in Juan Soto's
Right.
lap.
Right.
I'm glad he bounced on y'all, to be
The
honest. And
disrespect.
not just because I feel like he was a big part of your team, and as a rival, it's good to see him go. I'm happy for him as a person that he was able to go find a team to pay him what he felt like he was worth and value him. Not even having hit a single baseball in their uniform. They say, "Here, you want this? You got it." Because we've seen how you produce. We love the player that you are. And we want you to bring that to Baltimore. So I'm happy for Pete. I hope he has much success. I know Dave don't want to hear that as a Yankee fan. But I
We're
I,
cooked.
I hope it turns out well for him because I think that he was done dirty by the Mets.
It's hard as a Mets fan, bro, to be mad at Alonso. When he comes back to the stadium, how can you even entertain for a split second about booing that man? Because it's
They're
like
Mets fans. Nobody booing that man.
The Mets didn't offer him a contract. So it's not even like,
Nope.
bro, you got up and you left us. We didn't offer him a contract.
Well,
Yep.
you opted out. Didn't he opt out?
He he was underpaid, bro. He needed to opt out.
I know that, but some serious Mets fans could say, "Well, you were under contract. You could have stayed and helped us ride this out. You didn't have to leave."
Nah, he needed to
That's
protect his family.
that statement was too coherent for a Mets fan, Zeke.
My bad. I'm sorry. Dang, it wasn't even me this time,
Catch it.
Easy.
Yeah, I know, man. This is them catching slings, and I'm just, dang, it's like
Bro,
that, bro.
we're cooked this year, man. Like you're gonna be able to get your get backs this year, man, because we going nowhere. So
You say that every year. Every year, y'all either win the division or get the wild card.
that's
Right.
nowhere, bro.
Who put Orenthal on the screen?
Listen, man.
The
You know, in the
juice.
spirit of in the spirit of talking about deleters, I just felt like that would fit. So I picked it. I chose it.
Hey, the
Yeah,
glove
right,
didn't
bro.
fit, pimp.
The glove don't fit. You must have quit.
I was just
Well, let's.
watching Dave
Is
Chappelle's
this really
special.
the
He was
it
talking about the
happening
poor
today? I
science
thought
he
this was
met
last
OJ.
week.
What
What'd you
happened?
say?
This is the it happened for today for this week. I thought we did OJ last week.
Did we do OJ last week?
No.
We didn't. All right,
We did
we're having
Kobe
deja
Bryant
vu.
last week,
All
bro.
right. Well, go
Yo,
ahead,
are
Z.
you
Why don't you
comparing
do the it
Kobe
happening
Bryant to
today,
OJ,
brother?
bro?
All right, back in 1969, the year of Woodstock, uh, the Buffalo Bills drafted Orenthal
God,
James Simpson with the first pick from the University of Southern California, the real USC. I don't care what they say in South Carolina. Um, and then back in 2001. Ray and them boys went out and put a whooping on Kerry Collins and the Giants.
Yeah.
34-7. Hey, time out. This is another. Never mind. Alleged deleter. Um, yeah, man. Them Ravens teams, man. Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, Tony Siragusa,
I'm hurt,
Prince
dog.
McAllister. Them boys. That defense. You talking about a defense winning the Super Bowl?
Phew.
That squad was nasty.
Yeah, it was.
Dogs were hard hitters, man.
Oh yeah. Back when Jacked Up was a segment on ESPN.
Got jacked up.
Yeah. And Ray
Mhm.
Lewis was a feature every week. He was laying somebody out coming over the middle.
Now Ray Lewis is featuring the pulpit across America.
Hey, go figure.
Phew.
You know?
It's wild. That's good transition.
Yeah. All right, fellas. Well, congratulations to us on our 50th episode.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
50 episodes in. That's quite the accomplishment, fellas.
Halfway to a buck, Daddy.
It's been a great ride so far. Let's keep it going. Make sure that if you haven't yet, make sure you like and subscribe. Share this video on Facebook or Instagram, whatever platform you're on. Tell your friends about it. Tell your neighbors about it. Opps SportsCast will be here again next week, same time. So make sure you guys are all tuning in.
can I get
Anything
one
else
last
to
shout
add?
out in?
Absolutely, brother.
Yeah, it happened today. Back in 2013, my baby boy was born.
Yeah.
Goose.
I'm trying not to get emotional about it right now because that's my dog. Um, we we've been through a lot as a family, me and Tamika, the past couple years, and people always ask about how we doing, but that dude's been a trooper throughout all of it, and his resilience and his fortitude as a young man, uh,
Mhm.
it amazes me, and I am proud to be his father. Um, my man is 13 today, and
Dang.
You got a teenager, bro.
it's a blessing. It's a blessing. I thank God every day
That's what's up.
um for my boy, and um I'm looking forward to what life has in store for him.
No
So,
doubt.
baby boy, happy birthday! Daddy loves you, and yeah, you the man.
Big Dukes, man. That's
Yeah.
Dope,
Yeah, we
man.
gave him a shout out earlier in the podcast too, so make sure you check that
Yeah,
out.
I saw the picture y'all had as a placeholder, so I figured it might have happened while I was gone.
most definitely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I appreciate
So
y'all. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
absolutely, brother. Absolutely. All right. Well, fellas, great show.
Happy 50th.
Happy
Happy
50th,
50th.
Yeah.
fellas.
All right, guys. We see you guys next week. Deuces.
Deuces.
Peace.